In this video, we're going to set up email accounts. Now, as you see, these are email accounts that we have right here. So for example, for our client X Automation, we have a bunch of emails, and all of these emails, I basically treat them like warriors. So they're like my little army, right? Because they're reaching out to your ideal clients on behalf of you every day. They're consistent, they're reliable, and they're great. And we're very grateful for them. Setting them up can be a little time consuming though. So the process that we will follow there is we're going to buy a domain at Google Domains, and then we're going to set up email accounts. Now, for me, this part I struggled with a little bit creating this module because I want to make it as easy as possible for you to build a cold email system. And I know that this is something that might hold a couple of people back because it's going to take time. Like setting up an email account, I don't know how long it's take. We're going to track the time. We're going to see how long it takes. But it definitely takes 15 minutes to half an hour usually. So what I do is I will try to find a solution in order for you to help you either with setting all of this up, because we have the internal team to set it up. If you want to, if you have the time, like this is basically just a time money kind of thing. If you have the time, then do it. If you don't have time, but you have money, then do it with us. Just make sense because we have the team anyways. So I'll probably offer some solution. Either we set this up with you with Google Domains, or we use our mail server, because we're also sending emails with our mail server. And I will ask my team if we can do that, if we can provide you with a solution where we set up email accounts, everything on behalf of you, all on our side. And that is for people, if you're currently watching this and you're like, Yassine, I just want to get started with this. I don't care. Do it. Here's the money. Like if that's you, then you can do that. Otherwise, we're going to walk through the steps now for you to set it up yourself. And then, you can also just watch this video and see what the steps are and then decide for yourself. That being said, let's get right into it. I'm going to walk you through the process. I'm going to try to do it a little faster as well, just because otherwise this video is very long. First thing you want to do is you want to sign up with Google Domains, which is domains.google.com. Create an account. I'm sure you already have a Google account. This is where you're going to host all the emails, right? So here you're going to click on get a new domain name, and you're going to choose a domain name that's similar to your name. If you want, you can use ChatGPT to ask them. Let's say my one is leads formula, right? So come up with 10 similar domains to leads formula, maybe even very similar domains to leads formula, leads equation, leads formula for leads.com, and so on, right? Maybe mention leads formula net or NetSuite Pro. So you could use these, honestly. Like I know that they're a little weird, but you can use those. So here are the ones that I usually use. I do get leads formula. If my website is leads formula, I do try leads formula. I would do leads minus formula. I would do lead formula. I would do lead formula like this, lead formula with minus. I would do the same here, get lead formula, try lead formula agency, maybe. This like looks a little weird because of the AA. Lead formula marketing. I would try to do like lead formula. I don't want to do like formula for lead or something. The leads formula. Right, so I think you get like you get the point. Just do it. It doesn't need to be perfect because we're going to redirect the domains anyways to the main domain. So that being said, let's just do the leads formula pro. Let's just do this one for now. So make sure you're going to buy it so that we can go through the process. So you're going to go here, click on buy. Now it's in the cart. Now let me go do the checkout here. So what you want to do here is you want to select business starter. So that's $720 a month. And that's one of the reasons I also want to find a solution. Maybe I can do it a little cheaper when we do it with our mail server, so that you can actually not only save time setting all this up, but also money. And if that is the case, just click on the video below. If you see something there where it's a special video for that, or like a extra video, then click on it if you want to. So you're going to click here on yes. We usually do auto renew off. And then you set up the name, right? So usually I would recommend you to not send necessarily from your name. I like to use like an assistant name. I always use like Laura or Emma or something like that, because it gives you a little more leverage. For example, if you outsource it to an inbox manager, they can just say, sorry, I don't know that. The founder needs to determine that, what the pricing is and all of that. It gives it a little more leverage than if the founder, it's also like unrealistic that the founder emails people, right? So usually I do like a different name. So let's say we do here, Jennifer Hartley, whatever, and then you would do Jennifer here. Now, I would always do 2 email accounts, but I'm going to do this in a second because we can't do it now actually. Backup email, you can just do an email of yours and then check out. So let me quickly go through checkout and buy it. All right, I had to switch the account because that other one didn't have a saved credit card, so I just made it a little faster. So there we go. We have the domain. Congratulations. That's great. So next thing you want to do is, I actually always set up 2 email accounts per domain because you can do it. Usually like 2-3 email accounts are fine per domain, but then you don't want to have way more than that, because imagine if one email account gets banned for like spamming or whatever, and sometimes that can happen, then it will basically mean that the other ones might as well be banned. Like, it's not necessarily the case, but it could be. That's why we create lots of different domains, because that just is diversification, right? You just like spread your risk. So usually we do 2 email accounts per domain. So if you want to set up 40 email accounts, then you would have to have 20 domain names. So let's just refresh this page. Maybe it already created it. Yeah, there we go. So the second email that I would create here is probably something like, let me show you. So here you would do add user for the second one. And I would probably do Jennifer again, Jennifer Hartley. And I would probably do Jenny. I think you just need to, Jenny, for example, right? Now you have the second one. Or you could do Jennifer.h or whatever, right? And then do admin here and then add. And that way, you're going to be charged a second one, right? So you're going to be charged $14 now per month already. But it's good because you don't have to buy like a domain for every new email account. Now we're not going to do that here because it's the same process. Next thing you want to do is you want to go into the DNS settings. And you want to do some things here. So let me show you what you want to set up there. Now, the first thing that you want to do, and I'm just copying this from like another domain that I set up. You want to put this DMARC thing in, and then you want to choose CNAME. And then you want to just use a random one here. Just use a random email. You can use your own email or just remove. I think you don't even need to have it technically, but I just like put a random email. So what this does is basically it sends reports to how the deliverability is to this email, and this DMARC thing, it basically enhances the deliverability because you have that record on your domain. Pretty technical process, to be honest. I don't know exactly like how it works as well, but we just need to do it. Maybe like this. Let's see. Okay, give me a sec. I think I just need to remove the brackets here. Nope. Ah, there we go. It needs to be a text record. There we go. So this one needs to be a text record, and then the other one needs to be a CNAME record. So we're going to do that later on when we set up the instantly. Right now, we don't need to do it. I mean, technically, you could also do it already, but we're going to do it later. Okay, so that's it when it comes to this one, this step. Then we're going to do website forwarding right here. You're going to click on forward to existing website. So in my case, my website is leadsformula.net. So you're just going to paste that in. What you're going to click on here, you're going to click on permanent redirect, you're going to click on forward path here, and you're going to click on SSL on, so you can just remember it always the bottom options for all of them, and then you're going to click forward. There we go. So this step is for if basically people get an email from Jennifer at leadsformulapro.com. Maybe they're going to type this into the domain, right, into the website. So you don't want to have that go to an error page. You want to have that redirect to leadsformula.net. So I don't know if it already works, but let's see. So I'm just going to type that in. It still doesn't work. It takes a couple of minutes. Okay, now next step is to set up the email account finally. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go into my email account. That, remember when it said like backup email or something, that is the email account that this just sent the notification to. So either this one or the other one. So just check out the emails. You're going to get an email either with the backup email account or this one. It's probably going to be this one, to be honest, that you have right now here in your Gmail. You're going to get an email to register. So let me quickly look. There we go. So we have a email here. Get started with Google Domains. I think that must be it. No, it's not this one. Maybe this one. Nope. Maybe this one. There we go. So here are the email fields, right? So you have the password and you have the email account. Usually the first thing that I do is I just create like a Notion or something, and I basically paste in all of this stuff. So this is like the Notion that I usually use. So let me show you here. I just put in like an email account here. Then I put the password. Where was it? There we go. The password, just so I have it. And now let's start setting it up. So of course you want to click here on add new account. Let me do that quickly. There we go. So we're going to type in the email address right here. Then we're going to paste in the password. Now it's going to ask us to create a new password. After you click here, I understand. So I use LastPass, so I just like generate like a new password, paste it in here. Then I'm going to add it to this one as well, replace it so that we have the new password. Let me also save it to LastPass. So there we go, we have that. That's good. Next thing we're going to do is we are going to go into the Gmail here. First thing we want to enable is something called IMAP. So let's just do that. Here you can just click on Get Started or whatever. We're going to click on this gear thing at the top. No, we don't want that. See all settings. Then forwarding an IMAP. And then here you're going to click on Enable IMAP. And you're going to save the changes. Cool. First thing done. Let's click here. Next thing, we need the 2FA because in the future, otherwise you're going to get into trouble when you want to log in. So what you want to do is you want to click here on See All Settings. Actually, we want to click here on Manage Your Google account. There we go. We want to go here into the security. You want to have the backup codes of the email account because this is something that I had to go through and every cold emailer had to go through where they lose their email account. Or what actually happens is, let's say you log in at some point in the future, then it's going to ask you for a phone number and all of that stuff. And it's sometimes an issue. So you want to have a two-step verification enabled, either with Google Authenticator or with a backup code so that you can get access. Because in the future, it's going to get logged out of instantly and so on. Because sometimes this just happens to like 3-5% of email accounts or like 5 to 10%. So first thing you want to do here is in security, you want to click on two-step verification. Now, if you only set up a couple email accounts, you could use your own phone number here. Because it's going to ask you for a phone number. If you set up lots of different email accounts, 10, 20, or way more, then you want to use something like SMS PVA, which is a website that you can see as here, smspva.com, which is a website that enables you to get phone numbers. So what I usually do is I just use United Kingdom, and I select it here. And then I select here Gmail. And then I get myself a phone number. And let's go back here, let's close this, let's choose UK here, and click next. And now we're going to wait for the SMS code. So here you're going to get an activation code in a second. There we go. So now we're going to copy it. And by the way, I tried to use like cheaper phone numbers because this one is like 50 cents. And if you create hundreds of email accounts, it's kind of difficult. But if you do like India or something else, it's going to literally like block or like it's not going to work, which is crazy. So that it only works if you use a European or US or something phone numbers. So now we have the two-step verification on. However, now we have like a random phone number that we don't have access to on there. So we actually want to remove this in a second. First thing we're going to do though is we're going to create a backup code. So right here, you have a backup code, which you can create, get backup codes, and then you can just copy paste them in here. And they're like a little with these dots. So what I usually do is I open a new tab, copy it, paste it back in. So now it's normal. And the other thing that we want to do is we want to create a two-factor authentication code. Usually they have it here, Authenticator app. Let's see if this process maybe switch. No, set up Authenticator. So now you could do this on your phone with the Authenticator, but what I usually do is 2fa.live is a website that you can use. So as you see, 2fa.live, and that is the Google Authenticator on the website. And the cool thing here is you can just click on can't scan it, and then you copy this code, you paste it in here, submit, then it's going to enable you to get the code, same as if you would do it on the Google Authenticator app. Paste in the code, verify, right? So if this process was a little bit too fast and you want to do it, just like scroll back and watch it again. Okay, so now we have that. We have the authenticator. We definitely want to copy this code though into the, how can I get rid of this library? Into this section here, into the 2FA, so that you have it, right? So next thing here, let me quickly get rid of this thing. There we go. Okay. Next thing you want to do is you want to remove the phone number, as I said, because this phone number, you're not going to get access to it again. And now the good thing is whenever this account is now locked or something, we can always, like when we log in, no matter where you are, let's say you have a VA and they want to log in and so on, Google is just going to ask you for the two-factor authentication code that you have saved now here. And then you can just copy it and then tell them to paste it in here, submit, and then they're going to get a new code, and then they can log in wherever they are, right? So that's all good. We have it set up. We have the email account. Next step is to add it into Instantly. So now in Instantly, you're going to click here at the top at Add New. You're going to click on Google. Next thing we need to do is this IMAP thing we already did. That's great. Yes, IMAP is enabled. And here you're going to use this method, OAuth. So you're just going to click on it. And then it's going to give you the tutorial. So it seems like we need to log into the Google Workspace. So let's do that. And then we need to click Add App and then select OAuth. So let's do that. So we are here in it. We want to click on Add App, OAuth. And I think we need to search Instantly. Oh no, we actually need to copy this thing in there. Search Instantly here. Select. So this is just a tutorial that it shows here as well. And then you're just going to click it and select. And here we're just going to click continue and we're going to do trusted and finish. All right, we have that. And now we can edit. So now we can click login. It should show us hopefully the email account. There we go. Yes. That's like basically saying accept. It shows in German. And that's it. So now we have the email account. Now let's search for it. Leads Formula Pro. There we go. So we currently don't have the warm-up enabled. So we want to enable that. Just click on it. And now it's going to take, like as I said, 10 to 14 days. Then you can start sending emails, right? And then usually I would do the campaign limit here. I would reduce it a little bit. Like usually I like to send 30 per day per email account to be safe. And that's about it. So let me think, what was the last thing? We can click here on these ones if you want to. If you want in Google Workspace specifically, with our mail service, we don't do it with the open tracking. And as I said, like the quick question, everything gets tracked anyways. But if you want, you can add custom domain tracking. With that, you can track open rates because you shouldn't track without that. I won't go too much into the technical details why, but yeah, basically it creates like a code and puts it into the email to track if someone opened an email or not. And you should not do that with the Instantly kind of side of things because everyone uses Instantly, right? You want to do that hosted on your own custom domain tracking. Only then it's safe. So you could do that. If you want to do that, let me quickly show you how. So you want to go back into the domains. Let me quickly do that. There we go. So we're back at the domains of Google settings. And if you want to do that, as I said, you can just click here on the host. You're going to just add it into the DNS settings. So you can click here, manage. Do here, what was it again? It was inst. Then you're going to click here on CNAME. And you're going to paste in this code. Save. And that way, again, as I said, you can enable the open tracking always. But even if I have it enabled in some email accounts, I usually just don't do it because I know the open rates are going to be good. So next thing you can do here is you can do inst.this website to check if it's available, right? And you need to actually do it to enable it. So as you see here, CNAME verified. Now it's going to request the SSL. Sometimes it doesn't work instantly. Sometimes it needs a couple hours because we literally just added that to the domain settings. But yeah, that's about it. So now that the email account is in there, it's going to warm up. And after 2 weeks, it's going to be ready to send emails. 30 emails per day are going to be added in the campaigns. We can just select that one in there in the options section so that it's actually sending emails. And as I said again, if I have something else, because the only issue is here that it's okay for one email account, but if you need to do it for 40 email accounts or how many you want to set up, because I would recommend you to do at least 20, 30 email accounts, at least like 20 or 30, because in the beginning, I started with only doing 5 to 10 email accounts like a couple months ago, and I did that for our clients as well, but we really didn't get results. because it's just too little. It's just not enough, especially now with the competition that uses way more. So that is the only thing that is a little annoying here, because it takes a long time to do this step that I just went through. I don't know how long it took, but probably like 15 minutes to do that for like 30, 40 email accounts, or even more if you want to go even crazier. So I might have a solution there for you where we set everything up for you, either with Google Domains or with a mail server. If you do want to take advantage of any of that, click on the link below if I will have one, because I don't know yet if I will. And if I don't, then just do the steps like I did. You can also give that to a VA, hire someone and show them this video, and then they can just do it. That would be another option. Another thing that you can technically do that I didn't cover now is you can enable forwarding to one email account. So what we did in the past, when I showed you the close, maybe you already saw the video with the close CRM system, then we basically had one email account that has all the emails, right? And what we did there is we basically forwarded emails to one email account. So if you want to do that, you can click here on the settings and then click on see all settings and do the forwarding right here. And that way you could have one email account that gets all the emails from the other 39 email accounts, for example, which is quite good. However, so here you can just like select the name. Let's say you've seen at leadsformula.net, and then you're going to get a code there. It's going to send a little code, which you can paste in back here. And then you can verify it, and then it sends all emails. However, why I don't recommend this and why I wanted to like give you this option, but I didn't want to recommend it to you, to be honest, because you're going to use probably instantly anyways to reply to emails, because it's just way more convenient. With the close setup, there's just a lot of issues with a lot of emails not being pulled up in the close CRM. It's just way too complex, especially if you're not like booking like 40, 50 or 100 meetings per month on cold email. Then you could maybe think of a different solution. But in the beginning, instantly is way better. And also these forwardings, every email that you forward counts as an email that's sent usually. So that's a little where you need to be a little difficult. Sometimes that makes the email account send lots of different emails, which you don't want, because basically the email sending is basically doubled or tripled because of it sometimes, especially if they forward the warm-up emails, and there's a couple of other issues there. So just don't do that part, I would say, to be honest, and stick to the rest of the tutorial. And again, check the link if you want to below. All right, next step for you is to get this process started either with us or do it yourself, because like you need to take action on this in order to reap the benefits of a cold email system. See you in the next video.